WW7.
WW7 testing.
AD7QKU standing by.
QKU, this is WW7. Are you going to be running the net tonight?
Well, I don't necessarily want to. We might be the only two. You don't sound very good, James.
Okay, so in other words, if I do a 5 count right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't sound very good?
W7N, KD7QKU. Well, you sound a little bit better, but still not good.
Well, Ron, WG7N here. I'm kind of on a weird push to talk, because I can talk on echo link, and I have to put the volume down on my handheld, but then I have to listen on the handheld.
Okay, well, I see Jim out there, N7QO. N7QO, KD7QKU.
Hi Ron, hi Jim, N7QO. Well, I don't know, Jim. We hear you okay. I'm not sure what all hoops you have to jump through in order to transmit audio, but we hear you okay. I have not seen a picture. Ron, that was me to whom you waved earlier, and just now as well. Anyway, I'm in here. Back to you, Ron, N7QO.
Okay, N7QO, KD7QKU. Well, I got a text from Lee saying he wouldn't be here. I haven't heard Bob or Gary, but I have heard Jim, of course, WU7N. So anyway, I don't know if you guys want to try to have a net or not. What do you think, Jim?
Not sure which one you were talking about, me or the other Jim, but I don't know. I can't see myself very well, but I'll hang around a bit if anyone wants.
Okay. So how about you, W7N?
Okay, maybe this is a little better without the echo feedback. How is my audio now?
It's still not good. Why don't you try your regular radio? Well, if that was your regular radio, that wasn't good either.
The 6 o'clock doesn't need other, I guess, tonight. I was receiving the video signals, and I guess it was blowing the antenna around a little bit because your signal is not nearly as good as it usually looks here. WU7N.
Okay, W7N, KD7QK. But you're saying my signal isn't too good either?
Your audio signal is just fine, but the video signal is not looking as good tonight.
Okay. Well, I think you sound better on your radio than you do on the Echo Link. So, actually, you might be overdriving your microphone just a bit. I'm not sure. Well, we can try to visit here a little bit and see what happens. KD7QKU, I guess, for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. So, Jim, N7QO, I can see your picture. It's just about the same as always. So, N7QO, go ahead, KD7QKU.
Thank you, Ron. N7QO. Well, that's good. The 434 seems to be getting there okay, but my 1.2, yeah, I concur with Jim. I don't see you as well as I normally do, and I just barely see myself at all. I know it is extremely windy here at the house, and it is raining furiously. I've got almost horizontal rain coming at me. I took an umbrella coming out here to the shack, and I got a little bit wet. But that's okay. I'm happy as long as it's not snowing. Definitely can't see all that well. I know that when we listened to WU7N in the recent past, he was unable to get to the repeater using his handheld, the 2-meter repeater using his handheld. So I'm not sure if I heard him at all on the handheld tonight or if that was just on Echo Link. But yeah, not the best quality, but understandable anyway. Back to you, Ron, N7QO.
Okay, well, thank you, Jim. Let's go to WU7N.
Ron, maybe I am overdriving the microphone on the PC a little bit here. Is this any better?
Yes, I think it is. That's a little bit better. I can understand you just fine.
Okay, well, I'll try this. I've got my little 4-watt handheld. The volume completely turned down, so there's also about a 1-second delay in what I'm hearing on Echo Link here, which is normal if you ever have the internet. Let's see. The interesting thing about the handheld is if I put the little width antenna on it, walk out in my middle of my street, I can hit the timer mount repeater. But if I come inside and connect to my external antenna, which is the J-pole in a large window, that doesn't seem to work very well with the current repeater setup. So that's kind of interesting. That's probably what I'll do for the Sunday Night Aries net. So anyway, that's it for me for this round. Back to you. This is WW7N.
Okay, W7N. So you're outside? Is that what you're telling me? And you're not going to be able to transmit a picture?
No, I'm inside with my computer, but I don't have the antenna necessary to transmit picture tonight. I receive pictures, video. I just can't transmit one tonight because of the restricted nature of what I've got. So that's kind of where I'm at here tonight, on computer only tonight right now.
Okay. Well, maybe you can see us on streaming then. Well, you sound much better. I don't know what you did, but you sound much better. So, well, I'm just trying to think of what I did. I had a friend that was in the hospital. He just got home. He's up in Linwood. Got home today. I was glad he got home. He'd been there for 2 days. We went to a party, Jim, N7QO. We went to a party, and I don't know if he got something, and he had diarrhea for quite a while, and then his kidneys aren't too good, so he wasn't doing too well with that either. So he went to the doctor after a while, and the doctor put him in the hospital, and they put a lot of fluids and stuff in him, and got his kidney function back good again, so he got to go home. So I don't know. He's supposed to come here on Christmas Eve, but I don't know if he's going to feel good enough to do it or not. Then I thought my son and daughter-in-law was coming over today from the town of Plain, but then they sent a text. Ronnie thought it was going to be not snowing too hard to come over, but he wanted to get the snow out of his driveway. He's got a snow blower, and he wanted to stay home and get the snow blown out of his driveway. Well, I don't know. Didn't quite understand all that, but I thought I don't know if he was talking about the new snow that he thought was coming or the old snow that he wanted to get rid of before the new snow. But anyway, they stayed home. I think they're coming over tomorrow. So maybe we'll have lunch with them tomorrow. They were going to stop by today and see us, but so maybe they'll be here tomorrow. They're trying to get their house in Des Moines ready to sell. So anyway, not too much going on here. So let's go over to Jim, N7QO, KD7QKU.
Thank you, Ron, N7QO. Well, let's see. Did I hear you say Blaine? Snow in Blaine. Remind me not to move there if I say something about moving there. Blaine, Bellingham. We scoped out Squim. Need to look over Port Angeles. Pay a visit to Lee sometime. It won't be for a few months, I'm sure now. But, yeah, I'm wondering if I might be able to move somewhere less expensive. It's probably going to be at least a couple years before I move, but wondering about that. Reset. And, I don't know. On our last net, or at least the last one in which I participated, I remember, Ron, there was something I wanted to mention, and I couldn't remember what it was at the time, but it seems like we were talking about emergency preparedness, and the issue of a motorhome came up. Yeah, you've got a spare house there. That's pretty cool. I'd like to get one of these days. Not sure I'll ever do that, but maybe be something nice to have. You can do serious things around the house, either damage from weather or serious remodeling, and you have a place to go. Don't think my wife would like being there for more than a couple days, but it's an option anyway. And Jim, yeah, we hear you a whole lot better now since you turned that mic down a little bit. Back to you, Ron, and 7QO.
Okay, N7QO. No, the town is Plain. Papa Lima, Plain, I guess is. And it's north of Leavenworth. What is it, 10, 15, 20 miles north of Leavenworth? The little town of Plain. So they get quite a bit of snow. He had 14 inches of snow on the ground the other day. I don't know if the rain melted it off or not. All right, let's go over to James, WW7N. Well, maybe we should ask if anyone else wants to join us. Is there anyone else that wants to check in? K7N, KD7QKU, go ahead.
WW7ATS through. That's interesting. I was looking at the radar just now, both on the coast and the inland radar here in the Puget Sound corridor, and it looks like there's quite a bit of rain going on out there. Right now, there must be some wind, because your picture is coming and going and kind of rolling. Okay, maybe you turned your transmitter off just now, I can't tell. But not the usual crisp 1.2 gigahertz return that I usually get. I don't know if you guys know this, but today was 5th. And it's, I just recalled last Thursday, I think it was, when we had our MCOM meeting at W City Hall, that this is the first 5th Saturday draw I've missed, I think, in a couple of years. It was because I was working out at Renton Fish and Game. So anyway, out there, it was a pretty quiet day because of the weather. Where I work out at the shotgun range, there was some activity, a little flurry of activity of the hardcore, and then just as I think it was around 1 o'clock, all the clouds blew in and the wind direction changed, and I said, well, we better get this place as cleaned up as we can, because I think it's going to get wet. So anyway, that's exactly what happened. As I was driving home, the rain really started coming down, and I went to the gym. By the time I got out of the gym, it was just pouring cats and dogs here. So anyway, it looks like we've got the high landslide risk even higher on this side of the mountains with the weather. The ground must be completely saturated. I've heard about a couple of landslides up towards the north where Lee lives, but haven't heard of anything down here yet. So anyway, that's for me this round. This is Uniform 7 November in the Western Washington Amateur TV Group, and hats off to the people who run the computer here, because the Echo Link is working so I can hear you guys on Echo Link. Before, I don't know if you remember that was not always the case. Anyway, good job, guys. Back to you, Ron.
K7ITX.
Good evening, Richard. K7ITX, go ahead.
Yeah, hi you guys. K7ITX, Richard over here on East Hill, Kent. I tried to get in when you asked for new check-ins, but I had the wrong PL tone. I keep forgetting to reset it in my memory on my base station here, and as soon as I realized I had the wrong PL tone, of course, I had to look it up, and of course, it's not 103.5. It's 110.9, something like that. But anyway, great to hear you guys. I felt kind of bad lurking around and just spying on you three. So I wanted to say Merry Christmas, and it's been quite a year, and I think of your group as some real good friends. So, with that, KD7QKU, K7ITX.
K7ITX, KD7QKU. Well, did you suffer any in the windstorm we had and stuff? Boy, they really got it up at Birch Bay. That restaurant, it showed the water, going out the door and the furniture. The last time we were up there, we ate there. So back to you, Richard.
Well, we didn't have any trouble in both windstorms, and I say both because, we had one, of course, this week, and then one the week before on that Friday evening. However, the other half of my neighborhood suffered a power outage. A tree, probably about 3 or 4 blocks from here, took out some power lines, and
So I saw the fire truck and the police department had the road blocked off when I was coming home from Tacoma. And, took a few pictures and did a film. And then a new girl at work who just moved into our area said her power was out until 4:30 in the morning. So it had been out almost 12 hours in our neighborhood, but except for my half. So, and then my son Alex lives in Linden. He's got a family up there with two young adult children, and so him and his wife and the two kids driving in separate cars motored down the day of the evening right after the storm. I guess was on Thursday this week, and they had saw a lot of damage. They came through it really good. They have a nice brand new house, nice stout, and not a lot of trees around them. But the kids told me that they're at a complete standstill, complete stop on I-5 southbound on Alger, and the poor guy was running on empty, and so I can imagine how they felt. So that's about the excitement we've had, Ron. KD7QKU, K7ITX.
Okay, Richard, K7ITX, KD7QKU. Well, it's nice to have you join us. Our group seems to be getting pretty small. Lee texted me tonight, said he was at a party or something. Bob's been sick. Some of the other people have been out of town, so our group has gotten kind of small. So we appreciate you coming. And Merry Christmas to you too, Richard. All right, well, I guess I've taken enough time. Let's go over to Jim, I guess it is, N7QO.
That would be me. Thank you, Ron, N7QO. Well, hi, Dick. Thank you for the kind words. Welcome, sir. Merry Christmas. Yes, it has been quite a year. Where I am here, just south of Covington, we didn't have any major problems with the wind, at least not insofar as doing any damage. We had a number of branches down, but no major limbs down. There were some areas around here that were without power for I'm not sure how long, because my power never went out. So we lucked out over here during all of this mess the past week or so. I guess it's not quite over yet, but we're getting closer. That's okay anyway. Let's see. We've had a reset. We've had a few problems. I guess the 08 machine experienced some trouble as well, so it's not working quite as well as it normally does. And that's one of the reasons that Bellevue Jim doesn't seem to be able to get into the machine with his handheld radio. But that'll get fixed. It's just a question of time. And so we've been going back and forth with different PL tones to affect the nets. But anyway, things are thinning out as far as our television population here goes. I've been off sick myself. I began the year off sick, unable to work. And then I returned to work, and I recently retired here. Kind of wanted to do that before the winter comes, because in my travels I would encounter just all kinds of stuff. It's been a brutal year floods, hurricanes, blizzards, fires, mudslides, windstorms. Better to deal with those at home rather than stuck in a hotel somewhere where you don't want to be. So, although I had a few more months that I could go, I pulled the plug here. And my wife is certainly happy about that. But, anyway, back to you, Ron. KD7QKU and 7QO.
7QO, KD7QKU. Well, we're glad to have you home too, Jim. We're glad to have you with us when you can make it here on the ATV net. So that's always good. And I wish Richard could get in a picture. But we went over to his house, and he lives in an antenna-restricted neighborhood, so unless we put something up pretty tall, he couldn't get in. Too many trees. Unless things have changed. All right, so let's go over to James, WU7N, KD7QKU.
Thanks, Ron. This is WU7N. Jim, I'm glad to hear, I guess, that you are officially retired, and I hope it all goes well for you. As far as looking at places to live, wow, that's a tough call. I know a friend of mine just recently moved to Idaho and was saying how that, it's wonderful and that there's wildlife all over the place, and they're having to discuss what tree to remove to keep from putting pine needles into the gutters of the house, and sounds great, but also he's talking about it's quite cold and they had snow. And the other thing recently another friend of mine told me about is that access to services can be an issue depending on exactly where you're moving. If you're up in Idaho, Idaho is one state. It's not certainly one area in terms of how long does it take you to get to a grocery store, whatever. It can be right down the street, or it can be quite a drive. And not surprisingly, the real estate is very cheap when you're out in the middle of nowhere, and it's really going up in places where you have access to city services. Oh, reset. So anyway, like everybody else, I'm looking at options along that line as well. But I think I'm going to probably go back to work for a living, starting to look seriously in January and see if I can secure a living wage and benefits package and so on for a couple of years locally here, and that would probably work out well for me. But you never know. Things are constantly changing. I guess I'll have to stay flexible. So this is WU7N. Back to Ron. Control.
All right, well, thank you very much, James, WU7N. Let's go over to Richard, K7ITS.
Yeah, hi. Okay, K7ITX here. And, congratulations to Jim over in Covington in retirement. And he's a newbie, too. See, I pulled the plug, I think it was September of 2015, so I guess 16, 17, so I guess I've been doing it now for 3 years. Yeah, that makes sense. I retired at, it might have been 2014. I mean, you kind of lose track of these things. It's a totally different world. Now, I come from an industry, construction management, where you can keep working if you want, or as little as you want, or maybe half and half. And so I'm still doing that mainly because I've got, one of my best friends owns a company, and he's just, I don't know, we get along really good, and he makes it fun. So I don't have to, I just do it sitting right here from the Lazy Boy. It's pretty weird to have a set of blueprints in my lap and the laptop and laying almost horizontally sometimes. It's pretty funny. But, you know, that's what retirement's supposed to be, I guess. So. But Jim, yeah, the interesting thing is for me is I thought we were going to move and wanted to move actually. Yeah, you know, the less expensive area for sure. But as time has gone on, you know, when you work like we work full time, and you know, you're busy and you got a lot of responsibilities. There's a lot about your community and neighborhood and just everything around you that you never really get to experience, or experience at a more relaxed and less time-consuming sort of level. And as I have been here now for a few years in retirement, the idea of moving from East Hill, Kent, over here, kind of by, let's see, I'm halfway between Kent Ridge High School and the Meridian Golf and Country Club, just a few blocks west of southeast 132nd. So I don't know. Now I'm not too excited about moving like I was before. So it's a pretty weird feeling. And then, of course, the other thing is you will get to know your bride as if, well, like you've never known her before. I mean, quite seriously. And now you'll be with her all the time instead of just when you're home with the daytime off. So there's my food for thought, Ron. How about it? KD7QKU, K7ITX.
Okay, K7ITX, KD7QKU. So I guess it is probably my turn. Well, I'm kind of laughing because I remember when Richard kind of first retired, and he said, "Is it different?" And he was retired for a while, and then his wife retired. He said, "Is it different when your wife is home?" One morning when we were talking on the radio, and I said, "Yeah, no, it is a little different, that's for sure." And that's kind of interesting. Oh, and I didn't respond. I'm glad you didn't have any wind damage and everything. I'm glad your kids up north were okay. The guy across the street, he retired, and then his wife, she worked at Overlake Hospital as a nurse, and she retired. After they'd been home together for about 3 months, one day we were talking in the street. He said that she's driving him nuts. But anyway, and I laughed. I said, "Well, you just got to find something to do," and she needs to find something to do. You know, if you just sit there together and watch TV, well, some of the things that she had done at work, of course, she wasn't doing now, so I don't know. But anyway, they have since worked it out. He seems to be doing pretty good. He leaves now, and he goes to the VFW or someplace and plays cards with some people that he knows, and he takes his dogs for a walk, so he's kind of settled into a routine. And that's what happens. You settle into a routine, I guess. And then, I don't know. I thought a lot about moving, but, you know, this is a pretty good area, really, to live in, other than the traffic. I don't know how much traffic. Well, I guess Jim has a lot of traffic out there by Covington, too. That's the only thing I dislike is the traffic. And probably the parking. If you want to go downtown to anything, I kind of like the city in a way, believe it or not. So we'll never move, I don't think, unless the next move's a nursing home or something. So anyway, I don't like to think about that. So let's go out to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO. Well, the plan was to stay here pretty much until we needed to go to a nursing home. but that was before my company filed bankruptcy, and regrettably, I have been through 3 bankruptcies during my career, and now my retirement checks are going to be smaller than my Social Security checks. And it was not supposed to be that way when we moved here, but that's life. So I see us maybe having financial problems, let's say about 10 years down the road from now, unless we take some action. And I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do on that. Just something that we're considering. Yeah, that's a shame. We really love the climate. We like this house. It's all on one floor, so we don't have to worry about going up and down stairs. And we like the location as well. We're close to shopping and medical care and friends. And furthermore, virtually everyone in my neighborhood is retired, so we're kind of the youngsters of the group. But that's the way it goes. Reset. So we'll see what happens. Don't want to make any major changes yet. We definitely have some catching up to do on things around the house before we'll be able to consider moving anywhere. But we'll have to look at what happens here. Taxes are certainly not coming down any, and they're kind of borderline unaffordable right now. But we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, hope to enjoy the television net and everything as best I can. Hope to be able to participate a little more, and yeah, also to spend some time with my wife. I'm not sure if she wants to spend time with me, but anyway, looking forward to that. Yeah, she does. KD7QKU and 7QO.
And 7QO in the group KD7QKU. Well, yeah, it is a period of adjustment. And taxes, oh my goodness, yeah. Taxes are terrible. The school part of the taxes here where I live is the majority of my property tax. It's bad. I think they should give us old retirees a break. All right, let's go over to James, WW7N, KD7QKU.
Thank you, Ron. Well, they say that it's important when you get up in years to have they call it the 3 F's: friends, familiarity, and family. And I think that's very important, because the other thing that keeps me from making what I call the Idaho jump is suddenly you're in a position where you got 5 mountain passes between you and the rest of the family. Just to even spend like Christmas or Easter or something like that, or just get together and have a with relatives. Right now, my brother's in Northern California, and everybody else, I guess I got an uncle down in California somewhere too, but everybody else is kind of here in the Seattle-Tacoma area. But I agree with you guys. I mean, the 3 things in this area that's just making it unlivable was the traffic, the taxation, and Washington voters can't say no to any feel-good idea. All you have to do is put schools or 911 in the levy, and they vote yes on it. So I wouldn't plan on taxes coming down anytime soon. But in addition to 10 cents on the dollar, we're paying, I think, over 89 cents on every gallon of gas. And my property taxes are just absurd. They just skyrocketing. They just keep slapping it on. And it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. That the real estate market seems to be cooling off locally here. But, yeah, access to services, though, is just so important. Several of the people that I've spoken with are not happy. They're really out in the boondocks, and I know one person moved way up to the western part of the state, and I think he's got an hour drive or jump, you should do it sooner rather than later. Yeah, that long-term financial planning is important. My father, at the end of his life, was blowing through $10,000 a month. So it was really very, very expensive. So anyway, that's it for me. This is James, WW7ATS with the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. And if you guys can give me a signal report here, let me hear how I hear on Echo Wing. Go ahead.
Okay, W7N, KD7QKU here. I don't know if I let it drop enough or not. But, yeah, no, you're sounding fine now, James. Plenty comfortable. Everything's good. Yeah, friends are really important. It seems like as you get older, your group of friends gets smaller and smaller. I know mine sure has, the people that I did things with. I had a friend over here today for just a little while. He came from Camino Island. They were without power and phone and everything for quite a while. He had given his generator to his stepson. And, of course, he shouldn't have done that, I guess. He should have kept it for himself. But you know how it is. Parents want to give their kids stuff. So he gave it away. So he'd have it when the power went out. And he doesn't have it anymore. So I guess he'll have to get another one. So anyway, they made it. They have a propane little fireplace thing that doesn't require, well, it does have a blower in it, but it doesn't have to have a blower in it. So anyway, so they are able to use that. It's sort of like a little fireplace. They have a fireplace, but this is an extra thing they have in the house. And so it works out good when the power's out and things are cold. They have something they can warm up to. So anyway, I'm kind of running out of things to say. So let's see, let me look at my list. I guess it goes back up to the top, the M7QO. So go ahead, Jim.
Okay, N7QO. Also, I don't know if the streaming is working. If someone could mention something like that whenever it goes back to you, Ron. I'm just looking at the pictures over the television repeater, and my pictures are not as good as usual. But that's not unusual for my location, unfortunately. Yeah, a lot of considerations. The big problem with us, I think, is financial. We really like the area, but it is important for us to at least investigate other areas. And thank you all for whoever mentioned the weather. Yeah, we definitely don't want to go somewhere where there's normal snowfall. On the other hand, I have a friend trying to talk me into moving to Florida, but my wife and I see frequently on television a news article about someone being attacked by an alligator, or at least having a dispute with an alligator. So my wife says Florida is out. Let's see, property taxes, reset. Yeah, our taxes are largely school taxes as well. And my wife and I moved here from Houston. And in the state of Texas, when you turn 65, the school tax goes away. I thought that was a pretty interesting compromise between freezing taxes when you buy the property and not doing anything at all. So I don't know. My wife never really liked the climate in Texas. There were three things she did not like. One was the roads, the way the roads are laid out. One was the insect life. We had these monster cockroaches, which she just did not hate. So that's we may or may not move back there. That's but family, yeah, I don't know. I have friends who actually moved. Reset. I'm not even sure that there's a timer on this repeater anymore. It's not, the repeater's not quite 100%. There may not be a timeout timer on this right now, but I guess we could continue to try to reset it. Yeah, I have friends who tried to move where their children relocated because of their work, and they found that their children wound up getting a new job not long after they moved. So there they were again. Now they're in a place where they don't want to be. So family, yeah, family's important, but you have to watch out and not chase after the children because they can pick up and leave at a moment's notice, unfortunately. The foibles of life. KD7QKU and 7QO.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, that's true. I forgot Richard. Richard, I'm sorry. I jumped right over you, I guess. I forgot. So anyway, let's go to Richard, K7ITX.
Oh no, I'm glad you skipped over. I had a belly laugh regarding the alligators. I've been to Florida a couple times. The last time I was there, I was in kind of I was in some natural preserve, some park, Everglade type park, I guess. Well, it wasn't the Everglades, but it was, I don't even know. It's the middle of the coast, almost due southeast of Orlando, and right out on the water, a Disney property over there. But when we went exploring around, we went to a state park, and I remember my son yelled at me, "Stop!" And I stopped, and he says, "Look above your head." Well, the biggest spider web and the most brightest, colorful spider in my life was maybe just a foot or two above my head, and then I'm sure he had to be poisonous. and then of course, we get home, a year or two later, and a couple things, yes, alligators were grabbing people in the news, and it made me think of some of the hiking we did along the swampy areas, and I thought, geez, I must have been nuts. So, and then of course, sadly, that little boy that was staying at that Disney property like we were, except he was at Orlando, and the actual water of the lake where his hotel was at, where he got snatched by an alligator, that's the same water, and I'm sure the alligator, that jungle ride at Disneyland, well, they have fake alligators, but I think amongst the fake alligators were real ones, because that's the same water, and there was nothing to keep the alligators from swimming in the water where the jungle ride, for crying out loud. So, and Jim, I'll tell you right now, I'll join the club. Right, I've got a 10-year horizon that I'm a little concerned about as far as finances go. My wife worked for Simpson Lumber at their headquarters down on the Tacoma Tide Flats, and the family pulled the plug on that operation about a good year and a half before she was ready to retire. So that put a hole in our budget. So you just have to keep your eye on the ball. That's the only thing I can think of. And then I never realized or ever thought that I'd have this construction management, this thing going on in perpetuity, it looks like. It's almost kind of like a pension plan that I hadn't planned for. Yeah, I have to do things, but it's just a different life, you know, and I'm not going to do it if I don't want to do it, so that's the other nice thing about it. And yeah, if we have to move, we have to move, but yeah, I think friends are important. Yeah, I'm kind of like you, Jim, maybe family not so much, but friends, and in a weird way, the friends, we're getting new friends. We both, the wife and I both, spend a lot of time at various fitness centers. I'm a member of 24-Hour Fitness, and Debbie is a member of Valley Medical Fitness Center. And she's got her friends there, and I got my friends at 24-Hour. And and they're friends. I mean, it's really weird. In the beginning, you know, they're not. But after you go to a club for, you know, every day or every, you know, for me it's 5 or 6 times a week. Eventually, you know, you run into the same people over and over again, and then you make new friends. So those are just kind of things you're going to discover in retirement. But no, taxes are way too high. That's killing me, and hopefully that isn't why I have to move. You know, yeah, the cost of living is so high where we live over here, Jim, as you well know, and I've just stated. So just keeping my eye on the ball. That's about all I can say, and we'll see. I'm like you. This 10-year horizon is kind of interesting, but I think I'll be able to dodge the bullet. Oh, and as far as the streaming goes, yeah, it's very rough. It's rougher than normal. But it's been rough lately anyway, at least the times I do watch, so it could be weather-related. Okay, Ron. Well, I think I'm going to say 73. It's getting close to the bewitching hour. So, hey, thanks for having me over, you guys. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much, and I'll try to say hi again down the road. KD7QKU, K7ITX.
Okay, Richard. K7ITX, please do. We enjoy having you anytime you want to join in. We look forward to it. All right, so let's go over to James, W7N, now that I got everything all messed up.
Ron. At Net Control, you've never had anything messed up. It's called dynamic allocation. That's what you call being messed up. Anyway, yeah, friends I think are very important. Trying to chase particularly children, I've kind of come to the conclusion is a fool's game, although I have nothing to chase. I've been several people who tried to do that, and they end up moving to some expensive place in Silicon Valley or something, and then they, you know, as soon as they just barely start to get settled in, then the kid bounces off to Washington, D.C. in one case. And I mean, you can just, that's fine to bounce around like a ping pong ball if you're 25 years old, but I don't think it works too well if you're 60 or 70. And the other thing people take for granted is familiarity. And it's just 1,001 little things throughout the day that make your life so much less stressful. It's just your familiarity with the area, the roads, where the bicycle is carrying out of, where the traffic gets jammed up worse than some other place. It's just a million and one everyday little tiny things that add up. And even when I was traveling around doing some job interviews a few years ago, you just really appreciate the fact that you know where the stores are, where they put the sales on, and where the post office is, and things like that. When you have to look up every single thing, even for a few days, it's you really do appreciate that. So anyway, streaming, I concur with Richard there. It's pretty rough tonight. It's a bit on delay. Right now I'm looking at a picture of Tim, and I think there have been several pictures on 1.2 gigahertz since then. So I would say the streaming, at least as I'm getting it with my internet here, is unusable. 7-3s, everybody. I see page 54, so let me turn it back to Net Control. This is James WW7N with the Western Washington Amateur Television Society.
Okay, well, thank you very much, James. Let's go up to Jim, I guess, and then you said your 73s and Richard, so Jim, maybe you can say his and then I'll say mine. So let's go over to N7QO.
Thank you, Ron. N7QO. Well, okay, I'll say goodnight, everyone. Dick, thanks for joining in, and Ron and Jim, thanks for the participation. Ron, thanks for the pictures, as always. Wish I could see myself a little better, but oh well. Anyway, interesting net. I got a wealth of information from all of you gentlemen, so thank you very much for that. Keep the advice coming, and by all means, check in with us again, Dick. Good night, everyone. Back to you, Ron, N7QO.